Hello there, children. My name is Nicholas D. for long. Today, we are going to be learning about what came before the emergency alert system. Now, the reason I'm even making this is because if you remember, the 2 people that saw it, or actually no, 3 people that saw it, they saw my emergency alert system video. And that will basically keep you up to date with how to handle emergency today. Now, please do not go looking for the emergency alert system. Not emergency alert system. Definitely be looking out for the emergency alert systems at every place. Definitely do that. Don't listen to that. That was an error in wording. What I meant to say was, don't go looking out for the emergency broadcast system. That's what it was called. That was what it was before the emergency alert system. The emergency broadcast system. Don't go looking out for that. They do not play that anymore. The national government, the president, whoever was president back in 1996, cannot use that anymore. So yeah. But first, we have to know where the emergency broadcast system played. Well, it was created in 1978. So, yeah. But it also ended the last year that the emergency broadcast system was around was back in 1996. And while there were cell phones, they were not smartphones. Well, actually, I think there may have been a smartphone run by IBM at the time. But the IBM Simon was not able to transmit the emergency broadcast system at the time. So where would you be able to find the emergency broadcast system? Pretend the year is 1996. Cell phones can't transmit the things yet. Cell phones aren't able to do that, and well, what do you do? Well, there are 2 places that you can find the emergency broadcast system. 1, radio. 2, television. And 3, highway signs. So, yeah, that's where you'll be able to find it. So, what did one look like? Well, I'm going to simulate what the emergency broadcast system looked like. Looked like. If you're broadcasting this. This is not an official emergency broadcast system notification that was ever played by the national government or by a local area. This was made by me, Nicholas D. So yeah, here you go. This is the emergency broadcast system just simulated. And at the end of the video, I will show you the emergency broadcast system, real emergency broadcast tests on radio and on television. If I can find one on radio, I will. I definitely know there are tests, real recorded tests that were aired on television, but I'm not so sure if there's any footage of any of them on radio. I'm sure they were on radio. So, anyways, here's my simulation of one. The following is a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is a test of emergency broadcast system equipment. If this has been an actual emergency, such as a national emergency, severe weather, or other civil emergencies, the attention signal you just heard will be followed by an official warning or alert information. This concludes this emergency broadcast. Now, what was this usually used for back in the 1970s to the 1990s? And I'm also talking about actual emergencies, not the tests. That test, by the way, was made by me. I'll put an actual television and possibly radio test at the end of the video. But first, I want to talk about a few things, starting with, at this moment, what it was usually used for. Okay, or, what did it do, actually? You know what? Let's just cut to the chase. What did it actually do? Well, what it did was, it would interrupt all stations on public television, on public television in all stations in the entire country of the U.S. All stations, and any station on any television on any provider. So, and what it would display if there was an actual emergency, is it what it basically was that's different from the emergency alert system was it was instructions to hear instructions. Now, what it would, and what I mean by that is, if there was an actual emergency, God forbid, what it would do is it would tell you to tune to a local news station for your area, and to follow all instructions on there. Some instructions, however, that it would sometimes tell you to do on just the emergency broadcast system notification is sometimes it would tell you this. It would say, do not use telephone lines. Telephone lines should only be used for emergency use. The reason is because if anybody needed to call 911 for an emergency, or the local sheriff's department, then they would be more clear, and the less people that are on a phone server, the faster your call will go through. Now here's a fun fact. They actually, some group of people, I don't know, back in like the 1970s, 80s, or 90s, I don't know. It had to be somewhere around that time. But I suspect it was late 70s and or early 80s, but it could have been the 90s as well. They literally made a song about the emergency broadcast system. They made a song about a government monthly tested procedure. Not even joking about that. As a matter of fact, to prove I'm not even joking, boom! Link in the comments. Now, I don't really have much more to say about the matter on this video, children, so this is enough of me, Nicholas D, signing off, and I'm just going to leave you with this actual emergency broadcast system test. This was not made by me. This was aired on television back in the year 1996. Or actually, no, it was made in the year 1995. Alright, so it was made before 1996. Sorry, correction. So yeah. Here it is.
Station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcasting system. The broadcasters of your area, in voluntary cooperation with federal, state, and local authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, the attention signal you've just heard would have been followed by official information, news, or instructions. This station serves the Northeast Illinois area. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system.